What is up, hackers? Welcome back to another episode of Hack Crypto, where we hack all over Web3 and gaming education. If you guys are brand new here and you like gaming, slap a like, be subscribed with notifications on for the next fire video. Now, in this episode, I'm going to be going over Slingshot DAO. As a disclaimer, I'm a big holder of Slingshot DAO and have been a big advocate of the DAO for a very long time now. It is basically a way where you can go on, submit ideas, people can vote on those ideas, and they can be created in Roblox. And I think that there is a fantastic way about going through this as a content creator, as well as just a gamer in general. If you are interested in Roblox and gaming in general, there's a lot of different optionality with the DAO, where you go on there and you can effectively get funding to build your game, and then studios can go on and create that game. It's important to mention that, I am a holder of this and I am a contributor of this. So if you are interested in becoming a contributor, the links will be in the description below. I like to think of the DAO as kind of the Kickstarter of games, because it's a decentralized way of approaching it. People are getting funding for ideas and they're manufacturing that idea, getting it out there and sharing the revenue with potential contributors of the DAO. And there are tons of different contributors. There's tons of different wallet holders. It's a big ecosystem that's underrated. There's a couple key components to being a contributor like myself to the DAO. And my favorite piece, not only is that there's a leaderboard and people get voted on based on their ideas and their concepts and their hooks of these games, but my favorite part is the sharing of revenue streams after the game has been published. What Slingshot DAO has done is effectively allow people to share in these IP revenue streams. So for example, Pudgy Penguins, mid last year, they launched a plushie in all Walmarts across the United States. Now, this was a huge kind of eye opener for a lot of people, where they said, wait a second, I can own a IP that is an NFT, and that is my asset, and I can share in the revenue that's coming from these plushies that are the design of my NFT in like IRL form. And it really clicked with a lot of people. And with the DAO now, it's doing that with gaming, where you have all these potential revenue streams after the game goes live. And the individuals that have contributed to the DAO are able to reap some of those benefits, because they've contributed ideas, they've contributed all these different things to get that passed into the DAO, and they're able to reap some rewards from doing that. So it is a really cool, innovative concept that allows people to be owners in these different revenue streams long term. Part of the magic of a DAO like this, being decentralized autonomous organization, what you have is a ton of people from all over the world contributing to this, including myself as a contributor to the DAO and a holder of the DAO. I love the idea that people can bring ideas to me. I can help participate in governing that DAO. I can help participate in votes, and ultimately I can help share revenue streams with other people in the DAO. I'm able to contribute. And I think from a game theory perspective, it's a beautiful thing, because everybody's participating, everybody's putting ideas together, everybody's making this brain trust and effectively sharing the rewards from that. So the people that are really spearheading these ideas through are the ones that reap the most benefits. And then the people that are sort of contributing along the way can reap some benefits, but not as much. So being a holder of the DAO gives you access to all of these different components that are at play. And there are some really cool titles that have rolled out from this. But my favorite part of this is that influencers and content creators can get involved. So there's already people with millions of subscribers on the DAO that are creating games, and they're getting it pushed out into the world so they can get some of that ROI. They can get that return from the long tail of the revenue of that game. Fortnite Islands are another really intricate, cool concept that people are very involved in. And I think that the DAO will be able to just move on top of Fortnite as well, starting with Roblox specifically, because there is a clear-cut way of making revenue there, and for people to be able to share in that revenue. So with Fortnite, there's a lot of components that go into that. It's a hugely popular game with hundreds of millions of players. So being on the top of the leaderboard on Fortnite means that you're making 6 figures off of a game on a recurring basis. So with that level of cash flow coming in, there's a huge opportunity. As these titles roll out, as these games get popular, as the cash flow comes into these games, it goes back into the DAO and the contributors reap some benefits. It is such a really brilliant concept in the organization itself. I like how it's laid out, and this applies to different industries. Starting with gaming, it can expand, of course, into entertainment and different areas there. but starting with gaming is key because it's a huge industry. Obviously, as somebody that's in it on a daily basis, there are tons of opportunities just for people to create these games and share in that revenue. What I'm going to do is I'm going to jump onto their website, show you guys the leaderboard, show you some of the live games that have gone through the DAO and been funded and built. And at the end, I'm going to show you some of the ways that you can participate in the DAO and become a contributor. So let's jump onto their website. You can see the individual game platforms that these are built in. So Roblox obviously is the main one that Slingshot DAO is focused on. And you can also scroll down and see the ideas that have been funded. So first prize is $2,000 plus 250,000 gems. You can see the different kind of categories that the games are fitting into as they're tagged here. And then you can see the person that has created them. So let's go ahead and go to the live leaderboard and you will see the layout of all the different games that are being created. So number one is Barcore, up to 15K in funding. This is by Doom. This was the one on the homepage. And you can see they have their power here, which is a percentage of votes. And you can see the different builders here at the bottom. Slingverse, Quick Game, Gats Studio, Kermit the Hermit, Voxel Beast, and a bunch of other ones. And you can see how this is ranked based on their traction that they have with the community. And we'll go ahead and click on Depths. This one looks really interesting, the diving simulator in Roblox. And you can see that we can do a vote and they have a timer here that counts down. You can share this on social media and you can vote for it here. This gives a description of the entire game that's being developed, the different tags associated with it, and the features as well. So you can see the similarities of Kickstarter and how this is laid out, where an idea is laid out very clearly as a pitch to the community, and everybody can vote on this. So when you click on play, it sends you over to the games that have been completed. So they have the upcoming games that are rolling out. Go-Kart All-Stars is already out, so you can play that. And this is basically like a section that gives you the reference of the completion of content. So you know what's been done by all the different creators on here that have been funded, and you can even see the upcoming games. So these are the ones that are currently in development. And it's exciting to see that you're able to actually see the titles after they're done on this play tab. Next up, when you go to the ideas section, all ideas, it's going to lay out all the ones that have been submitted. So you can see Olympus, Raft and Craft, Clash of Nations. You can see Gats Studio, Lewis, Vagin, Gats again. You can see that everybody is submitting these different ones and you can see if they've been funded. And these have been unsuccessful. This one was a successful idea. And it's a cool mix of all the ones that have been successful versus unsuccessful on here and the ones that are currently live, the different categories all laid out. And I like that it shows the different categories up front at the top. You can scroll over here: multiplayer, adventure, exploration, social hub, fantasy. And it covers a lot of different functionalities on the tags like shooter, co-op, competitive, and you know what you're basically voting on. So I really like that it gives that up front. You don't have to click into the individual games. But let's click on Anime Crime City by GAT. You can see the ideator won $2,000 and 250,000 gems. It was a successful idea in Roblox. They've had 4 ideas funded by GAT Studios so far. And you can see the different tags associated with it and all the supporters. Look at all these supporters from the DAO. This is really what it's all about, is all of these individuals contributing to the DAO that want to help drive this game home, get it supported, get it funded, get it built, and see it come true so that they can share in some of the upside as they own, contributions to the DAO. So very, very cool seeing all this laid out and seeing a end-to-end experience here where we have an ideator that won a successful idea. They've had 4 funded so far, and all the different tags and all the supporters. This is the power of the DAO right here, everyone. You can see it front and center, all the different contributors that want a piece of this and they want to see this brought to Roblox. That is it for my overview of Slingshot DAO. Do your research, check it out, follow along on Discord. There's a ton of people on Discord talking about the different games and different engagement all over social media. They're really big on Twitter. And I think that there's a ton of information out there floating around about the developers that have gone through the whole process. So it's important to know that people have gone through it, they have gotten funding, the games have been deployed, and there is an actual run through of that model. You don't want to do something theoretical when you're, trying to jump in and invest in something. And this isn't financial advice by any means, but if you are going to look for projects, you're going to want to make sure that there is a paved path. The model has been driven through at least a handful of times. And the DAO has done that. As you can see from my run through on their website, there are games that are live, there are games that are current, past, everything. So you want to make sure that there are different statuses of projects in something like this. Definitely check it out with the link in the description below. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and give them a follow on social media. And I will probably make another video on this after the next few months as more projects go through this. But highly recommend checking it out. That's it for this episode, and I will see you on the next episode here on Hack Crypto.